down. They're going to hit them with some more rain. Hey, thanks, Rhonda. All right, guys, welcome into Above Ground. All right, guys, welcome into Above Ground World News Live. Tonight's the night we do the 16-day forecast. Try to get you a big heads up well before any of the mainstream lying sock puppets that they are. They never tell the truth, or if they do, it's only a partial truth. Now, last night I talked about how the Department of Defense had been buying a bunch of these gas masks. Well, we got dug a little bit deeper, and it looks like there's also some warnings going out for Syria about another fake WMD gas attack. But we'll get into that here in a minute. But check this out. So we dug a little deeper. Now, they got these gas masks from Avon. And right here, the rubber won a contract worth up to $246 million to supply the U.S. government or U.S. Department of Defense with just mask and powered air systems. Now, if you go down through this, you can see who's putting stocks, who's buying the stocks in this stuff. I'm going to have all these links in contract to supply the U.S. Department of Defense with M69 aircrew mask. But that's not where it stops. You know, we might need to look into these people that are buying these shares and stocks. But if you go down, they've been buying these gas masks for a long time. They're stocking up on them. This latest one's a 7-year contract, and it's in effect immediately to start getting the mask. Now, if I go down in here, like around 2018, let me see if I can find it again. Yeah, you gotta get through where they bought the shares, but I guarantee the people buying the shares, they know what's going on. They know what they're planning. Let me get on down here. All right, so back on December 6, 2017, they Avon Rubber wins U.S. DOT worth $14.3 million. So they bought 53,000 MSO or M5Q mass systems. So that order book of 49,000 mass systems. I mean, you can just keep on going down through here. Like every year, every couple of years, they have these big 7-year contracts on all this stuff. So they are stocking up on them. Look here. Why are they buying all this stuff? Why are they stockpiling this stuff, man? They're planning something. And we'll get into that. Let's check a couple more headlines before we jump into the 16-day. So apparently there was a big fire in South Jersey forest. And they said they could see the smoke as far away as Staten Island. The fire has grown up to 8,000 acres, but it is 50% contained. Now, I tried to look at that on the map, and it's just too chemtrail cover to check it out, but that was posted today. And I will put all these links in the description after we go through them, because if I don't, they automatically have been hitting us with the hitting us at the beginning, the tube monkey guys. Anyway, some of these I'm not going to go over, but we'll just check them out here. Geoengineering will happen. China controlling rain across Tibet. And of course they're going to blame this on the climate change and the production of CO2 and black carbon soot. That's what's coming out of these freaking ships. The black carbon dust. Okay, many particulates, but also sulfur dioxide, kills about 7 million people per year. Increase in air pollution in any day causes a corresponding increase in visits to the hospital. Well, they do that on purpose to keep the big... Hey, thanks, sir. Much love out there. I didn't get to see who that was, but much love. China and 23 other countries already engage in significant weather modification. China is setting up or has already set up a level of rain control across Tibet and other parts of China. Tens of thousands of fuel-burning chambers will be installed across the Tibetan mountains with a view boosting rainfall up to the region by 10 billion tons of rain annually. In 2013, China was already producing 55 million tons per year of artificially induced rain. China is expanding this to over $250 billion per year. 23 other countries also do this. America does this, but they don't tell you. Look, these are the same things when you see a power plant. Same thing, water generator. You know. So they're just hidden as like it's part of the power plant. But a lot of times if you pull up to these power plants, they got smoke machines down in the driveway. Most of the smoke's coming from the parking lot. So just more proof that it's going on. But all our local meteorologists fail to add this into their forecast. That's why we do what we do. Historic chemtrail lawsuit filed in Canada. Hey, thanks, sir, Todd. This has been going on for a couple of years now. This was back in 2016. I think Dane Wigginton's got attorneys. Yeah, Geoengineering Watch. I just wanted to bring this out to show that there is lawsuits going on over this stuff. This just happens to be the one that I knew about. I mean, there's a lot more. I just don't know where they all are. But anyway, there's that. And I'm not going to get into this article. Let's talk about geoengineering. But I'll just briefly go over this. Negotiations on geoengineering technologies ended in deadlock at the United Nations Environment Assembly in Nairobi, Kenya this month. Remember the plane that went down? Just recently, it had 22 of the UN climate scientists on it. But I'll leave this if you guys want to read that. At what point do we admit geoengineering is an option? We don't need to read it. All these links will be in the description. Now here is coming soon to a city near you, the U.S. military plan to take over America. We know this is going on. This is the Agenda 2030. And I'll just read. Yeah, the U.S. military plans to take over America by 2030. This is not another conspiracy theory, although it easily could be. Nor is it Hollywood political thriller. Blah, blah, blah. According to the megacities, urban future and emerging complexity, a Pentagon training video created by the U.S. Army for U.S. Special Operations Command, the U.S. military plans to use armed forces to solve future domestic, political, or social problems. We see them setting all that up now. We see everything that Raytheon and all them other companies that are building the weapons are all for urban warfare. They're planning this stuff. So, anyway, links in the description. And if you don't think they've been testing on Americans, they've been doing it forever. This is another old article that I covered a long time ago, but this is just how evil and crazy our government really is. So Army scientists secretly sprayed St. Louis with radioactive particles for years to test chemical warfare technology. Now, I can't remember the operation name of this thing, but man, I've covered this a bunch of times. Man, they were spraying stuff off the sides of the buildings, out of the back of station wagons. They also did it down in Texas. You know, and then they waited for these people to die, and then they chopped them up and looked at their organs to see what this radioactive material did to them. And on top of that, right now, there's still radiation. There's the radiation fire underneath St. Louis right now. There's an underground fire that's been going on for years. It's heading for an old nuclear dump site. So, something to look into. I need to kind of update on them every once in a while. All right, we'll get into this map here in a little bit. Let's go ahead and check the 16-day forecast. Now we're going to check the GFS models. We're going to check the Canadian models. There's a couple systems I've seen on here that they don't look like a lot on here, but man, when you mix it in with the wind maps and stuff, I see some maybe tornadoes coming here pretty soon. And all that stuff. So heads up, man, it's getting that time of year. All right, let's go up 6 hours at a time. Yeah, April 1st. So it's looking like tomorrow, Florida, you're in the crosshairs for some severe weather. In fact, let's kind of correlate this with the spraying operations. So we'll see if we can get that to load. Well, we can just kind of highlight. We know that there's going to be a storm here, and for sure they're already spraying it. So they're guiding this storm with the cloud seeding operations. So yeah, big time here. April 1st, tomorrow, Monday. At the same time, Northern California, Oregon, Washington. You're getting hit with more snow up in South Dakota. Well, guess what? That storm's gonna stick around. We just hope this low pressure stays out off the coast, because if that fires up just a little bit closer to shore, that's gonna be a rough weather pattern right there. So we're gonna go on up. Here's our next system. Doesn't look like a whole lot until this day right here, April 3rd, Wednesday. Guess where that's hitting? Right over Omaha, right in the same place it's already been flooded. That's the target, man. It's the target. We can see it right now. You can thank Raytheon for this next system. And I think this is the one that I'm kind of worried about, this low pressure right here. I mean, it don't look like a whole lot, but if we put this on the wind speeds, yeah, something's pretty crazy about that. It's going to have some crazy spinning winds with it. So this severe storm here is going to start basically on the 3rd. Or actually, yeah, let me get back here. The same one targeting. And then once it starts getting St. Louis, you're in the crosshairs, part of Oklahoma. This is Thursday, April 4th, still in the 4th. Going to go through Illinois, and then the really severe weather is going to start popping up down in Louisiana, parts of Arkansas, Mississippi. This is for Friday, April 5th. It's going to track right on down the shoreline. They don't need any rain down here either, because all the floodwaters is heading down there. And then another severe storm. Hopefully that dies out like it's showing, but I don't think it's going to. So Florida, you're pretty much in the target. Northern California, Washington, Oregon, you got another huge system coming in on Saturday next week, April 6th. So we'll just track that one out. Now here's the next super severe storm outbreak. This is going to be on Sunday, April 7th. Yeah, there's going to be some tornadoes with this thing. This is that low pressure I was talking about here on April 8th. This is going to be one to watch, because it's a pretty wicked storm here. You're going to have severe weather on the north and the south side of this thing. So we'll just let that track on through. So, you know, up in Tuesday, April 9th, you'll have some pretty severe weather up in the northeast. And we're just seeing, look at all that rain way up in the north, man. They're trying to flood the Missouri and Mississippi rivers out. Look at that. Pretty good snow event on Friday, April 12th. So we're going to be getting a lot of this rain, and it's all going to be going over the same areas. So that's as far as we can go on the GFS model. Let me go ahead and check the Canadian model. And let me just go ahead and fast forward this up to the crucial days. So it's not showing a whole lot of severe there on the 1st for Florida. So maybe this model will be right. It's pretty, but this one's showing the severe hitting South Carolina, North Carolina. So that's why I say we got to kind of go in between these, but we know they're already sending the aerosols. Where the aerosols are going to be, that's where the storms are actually going to track. It's like clockwork. It's almost like how Dutch forecasts the earthquakes, man. We can forecast the weather by the spraying operations. Here we go on Thursday the 4th, severe weather down in Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. Going into the 5th, that looks pretty bad right up the coast, just like the other model. Paradise, California, still a super target. Probably going to bust the Orville Dam. And what other dams? Yeah, so this one's showing a lot of storms hitting down there in Louisiana, Mississippi. And that's probably about all the bad ones. So let me get back on the GFS because I wanted to show you the wind maps. And let me see if it's this one. So let me get this up to what I seen earlier. And of course it's going to run slow now. Stream's looking okay. You know what I noticed? And actually the mainstream local thing here actually said something about it today. But here in Kansas City, every week it's been raining on Wednesday. Like for the last 5 months, raining or snowing, and it's always on Wednesday. They start the cloud seeding operations on Monday or Tuesday. So it's pretty crazy, man. It's like Missouri gets their rain on Wednesdays. That's the day. So if everybody can kind of pay attention to your area and see if your scheduled rain events are always on the same day. So this is the one I'm worried about here on April 8th. Look at that. That's like a cyclone, and them winds are way up in the dark. They're up into the 50 mile an hour range. It's like a mini cyclone, low pressure. So you're going to be getting cool inflow and then inflow from the southern part. So this is going to be a little wicked wind event. And yeah, let me put it on the moisture again just to show you. Don't look that bad on the moisture. Look at that. It don't show nothing but, man, that's a big time low pressure right there. Like these will probably be pretty wicked storms on the 8th. We'll just have to see. All right, so the next thing we need to check is the total precipitation amounts. And this is going to tell us the targets of the flooding. And I'm just going to zip this baby all the way up to the 16 days. All right, so right here, we're looking at the total amount of precipitation for the next 16 days. Florida, you're a target. The upper, right over Iowa, Wisconsin, Michigan. And then looks like they're going to, where the severe weather is going to be a lot of rain over here in the Oklahoma, Kansas panhandle thing there. And look at Louisiana. They're a target. Why all this moisture is melting and coming down, they're going to hit them with some more rain. Hey, thanks, Rhonda. Much love out there. Look at the moisture amounts up in Washington and Oregon, right at the north border of California. They're working on something out here. So anyway, we got all our crucial dates. In fact, we can go back to that and then kind of try to remember the crucial dates, what I clicked there. All right, so Florida, crucial date, Monday going into Tuesday. And then this storm right here on April 4th, Thursday. Heads up for that. That's going to be some severe stuff. And then the next severe one's going to be on the 6th and 7th. That's the one I'm worried about right there, around the 8th. So yeah, that's a pretty good one there. That goes all the way up into the 9th, 10th. And then here's our big storm where you're going to get some more snow going across. I think the snow's done from, I'd say from Kansas southward. No more snow, except for maybe in the mountains, but I doubt it. I think we're past all that. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't see any kind of snow coming down, just spots up in the mountains. That's about it. Hey, thanks, sir. Kevin, much love out there. All right, let's go ahead and go check the worldview map. And we have tons of aerosol: South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas, Texas. And if we go way up here, remember they were spraying out in front of the system. There's so many aerosols up here. I mean, it just looks weird, man. We got tons of spraying. They're going to pull this system, spraying right here off the coast of New Jersey right now. I mean, look at this stuff. I mean, you could see they are definitely bombarding the skies up here. They're going to send this all on. But look at the color of this stuff. When you zoom in on it, man, you can see the frequencies in the clouds. There's a couple of VLF transmitters right up here, and that's why these clouds are looking like this. They're not gravity waves. They're not none of that crap. Get way up here. Look, they're still spraying, just insane spraying going all the way up. And if you really follow it, it goes all the way across. I mean, we're talking heavy aerosols. There's tons of planes and drones out here. I mean, tons of them. I don't know why that's not loading very good. Yeah, I mean, and I mean, it just carries on all the way across the Atlantic Ocean. And we can follow it out. It's going to go all the way up. They're aiming for Ireland and the UK. So they're spraying all the way from the east coast of the United States all the way over here to Ireland. And of course, that's all going to hit the UK. We got a weird spraying operation here by France, north of France here, right off in the English Channel. Wow, it's weird. Had all this loaded. Looks like the Netherlands is pretty clear, but then Hamburg got another real long, skinny spraying operation. And if we go, and of course, they might be getting some rain down there, but it's not man-made rain that I can see. But where the man-made rain is, over Saudi Arabia, this is all man-made weird stuff going on over here. I showed you the company last night that's doing this. This is the same company that I showed last with the weather generators. That's why all this stuff looks so weird. They're using the aerosols and then the electromagnetics. That's why it's really weird, like right there. And these guys right here are responsible. the United Arab Emirates, sending more rain to Iran. You got mega flooding going over here. You got a big aerosol deployment over northern China and the Sea of Japan. Let me get a drink here. I'm losing my voice there. And of course, I really do think Miles Research Company is down here doing the same kind of clouds that was coming out. These aren't normal at all. These are being hit with the electromagnetics. So I'm going to be watching this real close, man. That looks like some kind of demon thing right there. Guam, you're looking okay. Now, the ships are back, and they're in pretty full force right now. I mean, we got a lot of ships out here. All these whites going on again. We've seen this big a spraying operation before all the Paradise fires and stuff. So let me go ahead and add the. This makes it stand out pretty good. I mean, I could see them just as good without this, but yeah, it's almost like they're using two kinds of mixes. I'd say this red or orange is the sulfur, and the yellow ones are the bunker fuel. Look, they even got what looks like an alien here. This is a grid pattern of the ship track. So there's quite a few ships out here. Wow, this thing's kind of freaking out now. So the ship tracks are back. And that definitely looks like a demon. Whoa, that's really weird. I hope you guys can see that. The eyes, the mouth, the weird jaw. The clouds tell the story. We got the shape of the head. And he's blowing that way. That's like a summoned demon right there. And, of course, we got the aerosols over Oregon, over Washington. That's where that next rain's coming in. And like I said, we've already looked at all these. All right, let's check the Earth null real quick. All right, let's go ahead and check the polar vortex winds and then check the temperatures up here. So the polar vortex winds actually are back to normal. They should start moving south. Look, they're starting to pick up down here. You know we're in summer when the polar vortex is completely down here in the south. So pretty soon they're not going to be able to fabricate a whole lot of stuff with the winds. I mean, I guess they could, but... And look, we have the heating events going on both sides. So this should be the last bit of the cold air. Let's fast forward this. It's like they're trying to kill the cold air up here. Look, they're like wiping out the cold air. So where's it going, man? It's just like right here. Just they're like knocking it down. All right, let's go ahead and check the ocean wave heights. Whoops, I clicked the wrong thing. So, all looking pretty calm here. Don't think we need to fast forward that for nothing. I don't think there's nothing going on. Looking at the sea surface temperatures. Nothing out of the ordinary. Let's check out the sea surface temperature anomalies. They're supposed to be creating an El Nino. Still don't see it. And this is some pretty hot water here, but I think that's pretty normal. Actually, last year, I think it was... Yeah, see, 2018, it was really cool. And then all the hot was way down here. I think the last El Nino year was a 2016, so let's check that. All right, so here was a weak El Nino year, and you can see all the heating of the ocean, all the reds and yellows. So when we go to now, it doesn't look like an El Nino, man. I don't know. These mainstream people, man, I don't know what they're talking about. It's not here. All right, let's go ahead and check the carbon monoxide at the surface. All right, so still got some big time leakage over here. And I call it leakage because that's pretty much the same signatures we got when Aliso Canyon was leaking. And most of this is, a lot of this from the aerosols. Let's go check China, India. Man, they're dropped down too. All right, let's check the carbon dioxide. This is what they say is getting us right here. So the only blue is up here where they're fracking up in BC. So really no spots on the planet that are really high other than the whole planet itself looks like crap. It's worth looking into. Look at 2016. Watch the colors. This is probably, this looks a lot better than what it does now. When you look at this, look how dark the colors are. Really the only high amounts were up here over like Lake Michigan and stuff. And now, when you click now, man, and what it looks like, look how light it is. We're almost going up into the whites, man. It's getting really bad. That's because of all the fires, all the volcanoes that went off. I mean, we had so many fires that has put this particles up in the sky with all the volcanoes. We had tons of volcanoes that shot up over 50,000 feet. And then factor in the geoengineering that's holding all this crap in. That's why it's looking so light. All right, let's check the PM 2.5s. And luckily it's gone way down. A lot of these little spots we're seeing is like controlled burns, fracking, stuff like that. Even the volcanoes are not showing up very big right now. A few fires down there. Let's check Australia. All right, so it looks crappy, but it's still not a bunch in the super red. Man, looks like we still got an aurora. All right, we need to jump over to the GOES 17. Nice crowd out there, guys. Thanks for joining us here for an hour. Let me get this, let me get 200 frames loaded. Not a chemtrail in the sky here in Missouri. That's about to change because we can see this system right here. So, like when you look at this IR map, wherever the rain's going, that's where the trails. They always spray the backside. They seed it from the backside, and then they seed it the way they want it to go. I mean, it's like clockwork. See some aerosols down there off the Bajas. And look at all the aerosols right where they want the rain to come there in California. Which I'll be able to zoom in on this a little better. Now, let me put this on the cirrus clouds, and then I want to add the radars. Let's see what the radars are doing. All right, so we'll add the radars. They should be popping in here in just a second. And we're going to see the next reds manipulating these storms. It's almost a guarantee. All right, we'll give that a second to load. All right, welcome in Todd, Stephen Durham, Awakened Piss, Wild Child, Elisa, Deb Frank, Don Morning, Mad Jeeper, Esther's Daughter, Super Dave, Brian Knight, Nevada, All Just St. James, Paris is calling, Vicky Carroll, Strawberry Skies, Polymer, Elisa, John Hart, Shay Shay, Laura K, Lester Bamboo, Soldier, Terry M, Kelly L, Sister Golden Hair, Awakened Pissed, St. James, Kelly L, Mia, Super Day, Don Morning, Love Truth Seekers, Brandon, Jan, Penland, Todd, Ice is Nice. I finally read that right. Brown Dog, Troy, Hawk Dog, Majori, Rhonda, Jamie, Freedom Fighter 57, Terry M, Amy Holly, Miss Brady, Don Morning, Todd, welcome in everybody. Spiritually Awakened Trucks and Stuff, Oscar P, Steven Sessions, Larry, June, Lady Liberty, Jeff, Pepsi, Jared, Rhonda Longs, Hawk Dog, YouTube Sensors. Yes, they do. I missed a couple here. I gotta get a drink, man. My voice goes. I've been burning a bunch of crap off again. So, and I'm tired, so that always affects my voice. So, just hang in there. Hey, K, Jordan, Larry K, Q City Lady, Moore, Christopher, The Matrix, Lisa G, Vicky Carroll, Christopher, Jamie, Heidi. Anyway, guys, Benjamin, Karen G, Larry K. Welcome in, everybody. Much love out there. Here we go. Let's check this out. And it actually looks better when it's in the night view here. Look at the beam coming out of this South Carolina next rad, and also a beam coming out of Alabama. They're both shooting the back side of the storm. Oh yeah, they're blasting that thing. That's going on for way more than 5 minutes, so that's probably taking birds out of the sky and everything else. And that's weird. There's a solid line there over Texas that isn't going away. I can't tell if that's a beam. What is that? All right, hang on here. I'm trying to see if I can tell what that is. All right, meant to zoom in on that. Let me see if I can do this without... Man, I want to open that in a new tab. They really screwed this stuff up, man. All right, so let me put that back on, close that out. So I'm going to let this run just for a second and try to pick up where the worst aerosol. I know there's a bunch out here in the Atlantic, spraying in the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, they're definitely getting set up for Florida there and over here. Big time spraying over on California. Whoa, what happened there? Let me try that one. Hey, no problem there, Dodo Bird. Welcome in. I missed you there. Oh, yeah. And yeah, I do drink the apples. I do put the apple cider vinegar and stuff. I didn't have none tonight, though. I do a lot of herbal teas and detox stuff. Sometimes I forget, though. I mean, I'm pretty busy all the time. So look at that aerosol spraying right there all the way out off the coast. Big time. So I want to see, is there a way I can do this here? Hang on, give me 1 second. And I want to go to the NextRad site itself. Yeah, man, they're making it really hard for us to do this stuff. I want to take a quick look right here. Oh, there's a beam already right there. And then I also eat like tons of garlic, and I eat tons of hot stuff like hot peppers. I love hot pepper. I mean, I don't love them, but I do like them. But I eat them with everything, so I'm pretty used to them. So yeah, we definitely look at this beam just cranked on. You also got, look at that stuff flying into the radar. And then you got a mega beam getting ready to be shot at. They shoot up north first, and then look at this solid beam. Man, complete manipulation. Let me put this on the base velocity. Get this to load up. Now, when we're seeing the solid beams, them are not, these NextRads for the Doppler radar, they spin around. They're not supposed to be stationary in one spot. When they're stationary, like this one right here, that is what we call searchlight mode. And there's actually regulations on that. Like, they're not supposed to run for more than 5 to 7 minutes. Otherwise, you're sending out a bunch of microwave frequencies. You're dropping birds out of the sky. You're frying some stuff. It's nothing like the power of Hart, but it's definitely, when you take all these NextRads and they're all working in conjunction, if they're all sending out a beam to the same area, it's still not going to be as powerful as Hart, but it's still affecting the weather. That is affecting the weather right there. That's a big ass beam. And then you also get the microwave pulse rings when you see the rings around it. That's what I call a microwave pulse. It's like they're pulsing all the way around the radar at different tilts. So yeah, this radar is just definitely doing some freaky stuff. The beam should be coming in. Yeah, it's in the super strong beam right there. Yeah, they're shooting that storm to the south. Then there was a couple, can't remember, I think it was in South Carolina. I don't know. We'll check this one. Get it back on the loop. Yeah, they all got to upgrade. Not all of them have been upgraded yet, but there in Pleasant Hill, they're supposed to be getting their upgrade. It was multi-billion-dollar upgrades to all these NextRad. Instead of having the horizontal pulse and receiving, now they're going to have omnidirectional, which means they can beam out any way they want. Wow, look how fast them storms took off. Yeah, there's a beam right there. You can't hardly see it, but it's shooting out south. I don't think that was the one I wanted. Man, them storms just freaked out. Let's go down here where they're chemtrailing real bad. All right, come on, bring it up here. Yeah, so all these NEXRADs, man, they affect the sky. They actually in the chemtrails there's nanobots. So it's basically making the chemtrails like a computer system that they can control. They can use the electromagnetics. They can use the low frequencies, high frequencies, radio frequencies, microwave transmissions. I mean, all this stuff is multifaceted. Just for the heck of it, I want to check that one. Now, this radar, we're constantly seeing it sending and receiving signals to the military NEXRAD. So I just wanted to check it to see if it was doing it tonight. Yeah, a lot of them animals, oh man, they're really sending out some frequencies. I'll zoom in on this so you guys can see it. Wonder what it'll look like if I... Yeah, that's not very good. Okay. Let me zoom in on this so you guys can really see these. You know, when you see my beginning, my intro, I've got that dipole NEXRAD there showing sending and receiving signals. And if you watch right here, look, see the half moon arcs? Them are microwave transmissions going over to the military. And then the military sends back frequencies. Look at that. It's like a hadron collider right there. So there's a NEXRAD in operation. These are not birds. These are not none of that crap. These are microwave transmissions and radio frequencies, and we're able to pick it up. Now this could be at a lot bigger scale, and then you're steering the atmospheric rivers. So these are definitely doing some crazy stuff right there. Oh, now I gotta unshrink this. All right, let me go down a little farther. Just try right there, see what that looks like. Oh yeah, I need to enable that. All right, now we're gonna see these guys. Look at that aerosol bombardment over Nevada, man. Over all them, everywhere right there is just getting clobbered. I'm zoomed in too far here or something. Yeah, we're not getting a full picture here. There we go. I can get rid of that. All right, guys, so we're going to call this a show. So hopefully you wrote down your key dates for your area, and we'll see how that goes. I think we've been pretty much dead on the whole time since we started on this 16-day forecast. But anyway, guys, much love. We'll see you tomorrow night, God willing. Thanks, everybody out there in the super chat. Thanks, everybody. Send us stuff at the PO, and thanks to everybody that shares this stuff out. Anyway, guys, much love. Catch you tomorrow night. Be safe. God bless. Here we go. Let's rise. We're going to have to rise soon, man. There's no if, ands, or buts. Anyway, here we go. Turn it up.